Okay, hello, sorry, I'm here. Just had a little bit of a music meltdown. I forgot I was playing the music on the phone, which means I can't do a live at the same time, so I had to go grab my computer. Hi. It's been that kind of day, I guess. I hope everybody's had a good Tuesday. Bluetooth. Welcome, welcome. You're not really going to need anything for today's class except the playlist if you got a chance to get it. If you don't know where to get it, you get those in my stories. I give you the links for those in my stories, or you can follow me on Apple Music or my friend Georgia on Spotify. She's been linking me with the Spotify playlist, so you could just follow her and you can find them there. This playlist, I did
connected to Wang's MacBook Pro.
Good. I did a class this morning that was all throat chakra. So this playlist is really full of like the sounds that really hit me. So you'll get like a lot of violins. I love a violin. I love a cello. I love a guitar. Apparently I love those strings, but I also love like the wind instruments. So there's some of those. And you'll notice I really, really dig like a tribal, earthy beat. I like a little bit of a ravey sort of vibe. So there'll be sort of that like down tempo, sort of just beat behind everything. So I just kind of want you to get lost in the sound of it if you have it. And if you don't, that's okay. You can play whatever you want or get lost in the sound of your own breath. And then you're going to be creating a lot of fire with today's class. This is core. So we're just going to like stoke these two fires above and below the heart. And then in Shavasana, we're just going to let them like go in everywhere. So it should be kind of nice and juicy. Okay. That being said, we're at 6:02, so, and my ticker's sort of leveled out. So again, I'll recap this for those who may be new. I count you down, 3, 2, 1. Then I go play like this on the screen. When I go play like this on the screen, I'm also going play like this on my laptop. So let's do this for real. 3, 2, 1, play. And you'll just start lying down. And you can start by either unloading a couple heavy sighs if you feel like you just need to like drop some shit off, or starting to bring a few big inhales in if you're feeling really sloppy. Starting to bring some awareness into your body using your breath. And just getting lost in the sound of your breath, maybe the sound of the music behind you. If you've not already done so, start to find a slight constriction in the base of your throat that allows your breath to brush along the base of your throat, creating a much more audible, more wave-like kind of sound. And notice how this Ujjayi breath starts to stoke that fire at your throat for sure. You can feel that little constriction creates warmth in the breath, and then it goes down into that solar plexus area where it gets all nice and warm again, stoking fires. And then just exhale, releasing tension. When you're ready, just slowly start to wiggle your fingers, toes, and start to rock your head really gently from shoulder to shoulder. Start to rotate your wrists, your ankles, And then if you've got the space for a big long stretch, go ahead and take it. Deep breath in. And then just let out a big sigh. Place your feet down onto the floor. And so I'm going to try to exaggerate this here. This knot in my shirt may be sort of colluding how much light is actually coming between the mat and my back. So here's one way to hold your spine, and then imprint is pressing everything down and even giving a slight little lift through the tail, okay? So we'll try that again. Just inhale. Press down into the tailbone, allow the low back to lift. Even allow the ribs to flare up a little bit. And then as you exhale, really start to ground the low spine down. Pull the two hip bones in the front in toward one another as you pull the low belly back toward the spine, maybe tailbone lifts. And then do that one more time, inhaling to just let all that go, be free. And then as you exhale, really root down, two hip bones come in toward one another, low belly pulls back towards spine, tailbone lifts just slightly. Okay, and then from there, you're just going to keep that imprint through the spine and start to lift both your arms up over your head. And then I want you to be really honest with yourself about this. If you're tight through the shoulders, your low back's going to want to come off the floor. I want you to keep that imprint there, press down through the heels. Pull in on the pelvic floor. Try to pull the seat bones in toward one another as you pull the tailbone and the pubic bone almost closer together as well. And then start to take the hands back in space, thumbs face down toward the floor. See how far you can go back. And then slowly start to come back up. And just feel these sort of muscles through the sides of the rib cage fire as you start to take the arms back and the core braces to maintain the stability of your spine. And then slowly start to come back up. So cycle through that a couple more times. I just need to move a little further forward. Really focusing on that grounding of the spine as you start to take the arms back. And by no means does it have to go far. This is very, very initial stuff. Good. And then from there, take the palms to face one another again. Lift the left leg up to tabletop and then bring the right leg up to meet it. Keep the legs about hip width apart, so about 2 fists in between the knees. I like to flex through the ankles. I find I get a little more grounding through that lower tailbone sacral region. And then you can keep the hands up, and then from there you're going to push out through the right heel. That's one. Pull back in, and then go to the other side. Pull in. So ideally, you want to exhale as you push out on the 45. Inhale as you pull back in. Exhale, in. So it's in, in, in. Trying to maintain that imprint the entire time you move through. If you're feeling pretty okay about this, you can start to think about lowering the legs down a little bit more. Maybe tapping the heel down toward the floor. Really working to maintain that imprint. Notice that you're not seeing any light between my spine and the floor. And then from there, keep going. If you're still feeling all right, you could add a curl. So you could start to come up, keep reaching the fingertips up, and then keep taking the feet down. You're here for another 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, so finish up the other side. You're still in a tabletop. Now you're going to lift up to a curl if you're not already there. Start to reach the arms forward as you pull the knees in toward the chest. And then as you exhale, push the heels out, arms back by the ears. So that's 1, pull in. 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 6, 7, 8, 9, hold it. Keep that low back down. If it's not down, lift your heels. 5, 4, 3, 2. Lift up high boat. Cross one ankle over the other. Roll over top of your shifts. So you're coming into a tabletop. And then from there, you'll slowly start to lift the tail, drop the belly, lift the heart, lift the ear. Exhale, rounds. Again, inhale. Exhale, rounds. Good. Inhale. As you lift the chest, push your hands down into your mat. See where you can pull the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, round. Good. Inhale, come forward into cow again. This time, really press down through the feet. Energize the toes down into the mat and get the arches of the feet a little more active. Exhale back. Last one, hands and feet. Super active, doing work. Round the cat. Pull the neutral spine. Keep the hands really super active. Just lift up off the knees an inch. Extend both sides of the neck away from the shoulders. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. Think about sliding your hands and your feet toward one another as you pull in and up on the pelvic floor. Low belly pulls up towards spine. 5 more. 4. Try to breathe easy. 3. Use the whole hand to the fingertip, not just the wrist. 2. Cool. Slowly start to walk your hands back towards your feet. Sort of hang out over top of your legs. You can grab onto your opposite elbows there. Gaze all the way back through the arms. Sway side to side. Whatever feels good for a moment. It might feel good to roll out your wrists. And then you're slowly going to start to come forward into a plank. From that plank, just take the knees down, keep the hip creases lifting, but not so much that there is an actual hip crease there. So just like pull the thigh bones up away from the floor, tuck your tailbone down toward the heels. From there, slide the shoulder blades together behind your back. It might be best to just close your eyes and feel this out. And then push down into your mat and feel your shoulder blades slide to the outer edges of your rib cage. And then slide the shoulder blades in toward one another, in toward the spine. And then push back up. You can cycle through that a few times as long as you're just isolating through the shoulders. Until the shoulders say, no more. No more. If it's burning, it means you're doing it. Keep that core nice and tight. 3 more. 2 more. Good. Start to send the hips back so that the seat bones are on top of the heels. You'll start to reach forward into a puppy pose. As much as you're sending your hips back, can you also start to contain the rib cage? So it's not just splaying down toward the floor. There's action there in pulling it up and in. It's going to create some stuff at your shoulders that you're not used to because you like to splay the rib cage out. And it tricks your mind into thinking your shoulders are more open than they are. It's okay. Just don't let the mind get involved. This is the body. Let it respond. 3 more breaths. 2. Good. Look forward between your hands. Slowly start to come forward. You can either knee plank again, which again is just a plank with the knees down. It's the only difference, okay? Or you can stay full plank, and then again, try to isolate at the shoulders. Shoulder blades together. Press down through inner edges of hand all the way to pinky finger. Shoulder blades apart. In. And I mean, you can go really fast. I actually find it more effective to see how slow you can go, isolating. When you're just like, no more, man. Push back, downward dog. Feel free to pedal out your feet, rock your hips a little side to side. Can you think about in this downward dog what I got you to think about in that puppy pose? Rather than letting the rib cage splay toward the floor, can you find some lift of the rib cage up and away from the floor? This nice, just subtle little curve in the low back that feels really good. Navel pressing in toward the spine. Look forward between your hands. Bend your knees. Step or lightly hop your feet forward to the top of your mat. Breathe in, lift your chest forward. As you exhale, fold forehead to shins. And then inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, take your hands together in front of your heart. Good. Sun salutation A, lift the arms, but not so fast because I'm going to mix it up a little bit. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, chest moves forward. Exhale, press the hands to the floor. Make your way back to a plank. You can step, hop, or float. Okay, and then I gotta ask for arm strength and shoulder stuff today. So, push-ups, just 10% of an elbow bend though, so they bend back toward the hips. Lower, 1. Lower, 2. Can be done from knees, 3. Lower, 4. Lower, 5. Stay down, 6. Think about sliding your hands and your feet together so your chest moves forward, your belly pulls up, you get that shake, 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 shake. Come down to the floor. All right, try to keep your hands below your armpits. This is going to get very tiring, I do promise you that. Lift your right leg, extend it back. Lift your left leg, extend it back. Keep your feet together. Inhale, lift your head, neck, and chest. Press your elbows down toward the floor as you only lift your upper spine. You can keep the front of the ribs on the floor. Slowly come back down. All right, slide the hands back. Push back child's pose or up through plank. Back to downward dog. Take a cleansing deep breath in. Sigh out. You may be building excess fire through the practice already, so just feel free to exhale that out if you need to. Let out sounds along the way if you need to as well. We're stoking that throat fire as well. Look forward. Bend your knees. Step or lightly hop to the top of your mat. Breathe in, lift your chest forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift your arms. Exhale, hands to heart. All right, again. Breathe in. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chest lifts. Move back to a plank in a way that serves. And then from there, you can either 10% or you move to 30. 1, up. 2, up. Chest forward, up. Chin forward, up. 5, pause, hold at 30. Think about sliding the hands and the feet together. Pull your belly button up towards your spine. 3, 2, lower. Okay. Your hands are below your armpits again. Okay, so not so far back as chaturanga, below the armpits. And then again, lift one leg, lift the other. Extend them back, get real long. Try to do this without the hands. Inhale, lift your head, neck, chest. And then from there, squeeze the butts, pull your belly button toward your spine. Start to lift your arms out into a W. That's it. And now see where you can start to take your wrists back behind your elbows. 3 breaths. Oh, 2 breaths. Crack a walnut between those shoulder blades. Okay, come back down. Slide your hands back in space. Again, you can move up through plank, chaturanga, your choice. Let out a sigh when you land. And then look forward, bend your knees, step or lightly hop your feet forward, top of the mat. Breathe in, breathe out. Lift your arms, breathe in. Hands to heart, breathe out. All right, this is the last one. Stay with me, breathe in. Hold. Chest forward. Hands plant. Back to plank. Take a breath. 5 push-ups, either fully to chaturanga, 50% bend in the elbows, no lower. Here, not here, here. And back up, 5 more times. Lower, belly button up, chest forward, lift. Lower. Lift. Lower. Lift up 4, 5. All right, last one. Think about pulling your hands and your feet together. Press all the way to the fingertips for 3, 2, lower. Okay, this is gonna be the worst one yet, I promise. All right, so extend, extend, Hands underneath armpits. Slowly start to lift head, neck, chest. Start to pull the belly button back toward the spine. Extend the tailbone down toward the heels. Just lift the chest. Okay? So front of the ribs on the floor. Start to lift the arms. Give me a thumbs up. And then start to reach your biceps out beside your ears. Thumbs up. And then take your arms out to the sides. Thumbs up. Keep breathing. Turn the thumbs down when you get to a T. All right, now stack one hand on top of the other, on top of the sacrum, but don't land the hands. 3 breaths. 2 breaths. Thumbs up. Thumbs down. Thumbs forward and up. Hands behind the head. W. Ooh, come down. All right, you push back to a child's pose after that one because that was nasty. 5 breaths. 4. 3. 2. All right, so come forward into a downward dog if you're still in a child. And then look forward between the hands, bend your knees, step or hop to the top of your mat. Breathe in, lift your chest forward. You exhale, fold. Slowly lift your arms. And then exhale, take your hands on your heart. Okay, so stay with me. You're just gonna lift your right leg up. Now it's gonna look like left because this whole like selfie mode thing turns everything around, but lift your right leg up. Press firmly down through your left foot. Your left toe should very lightly be on. You're going to interlace your hands below your right thigh bone. Okay, make the right sit bone very heavy. And then start to kick out through your right heel. Don't worry about if the leg goes straight or not. And then slowly start to lift both arms. Good, now sit down toward an eagle, but don't take it. And then start to take that right foot back in space. Inhale, lift both arms. Good, and then as you exhale, come into a runner's lunge. Inhale, lift both arms. Exhale, runner's lunge. Inhale, take it up. Good, exhale, runner's lunge. Make that left heel really heavy. Left hip pulling back in space, right hip pulling up. 2 front hip points, band is active. 3 more breaths in that, runners. Start to lift the arms up behind you. Get those triceps active. Pull the arms behind you. 3 more breaths. 2. Good. Slowly lift the arms. Flush it out. Exhale, take both hands to the floor. Right hand stays inside left foot. Walk the left foot halfway down the mat. Turn to the outer edge of your right foot. Lift your left arm up. Take a deep breath in where you are. And then as you exhale, start to turn your chest to the floor. Keep the right heel on the floor. Reach as far over to the right as you can. Hold there for 3. Keep lifting that right side up by pushing into the left hand. This is 2. Good. Start to take that left arm back up. And then as you exhale, take the left hand down to the floor, turn to the right toes. Take the left foot back in space. 1 single chaturanga is gonna feel like no big deal now. Come forward into your upward facing. And then exhale back to all fours. Good. From all fours, again, you're gonna tuck the toes under. You're gonna start to come forward into bear. So start to pull the front of the body up away from the floor. Extend the top of the head forward, push the heels back. Lift off the knees. You can stay here or tap that right leg back, forward, then left. So you inhale, extend, exhale, in. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, in. Out. Just get lost in the beat, the fire, the breath. Try to maintain stability through all other areas of your body. You're almost there. 1, 3, 2, 1. Finish off whatever side you need to. Push back to downward dog. Downward dog has never felt so good. Really pushing the weight back toward the heels, even if you need to bend the knees. 1 more deep breath in. Sigh. Look forward. Bend your knees. Step or lightly hop your feet to the top of your mat. Breathe and lift your chest. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift your arms. And exhale, bring your hands down to your heart. So really stand through that right leg. Feel your right touch get a little bit active as you take the weight over onto the right foot. Start to lift the left knee up. You're going to interlace your hands below your left thigh bone. And then make your left thigh and left sit bone really heavy. And then just start to kick out through that left heel. Notice you want to sort of turn onto the outer edge of the right foot. Can you press the inner edge of the standing foot down a little bit more? Find those bandhas. Pull the seat bones in. Lift your arms. Good. Then make like eagle, but fake. Step back. All right, so you're in a lunge. Make any minor adjustments you feel like you might need to make. Right hip pulling back in space, left hip pulling up. Arms up, breathe in. Exhale, runner's lunge. Breathe out. In. Out. In. Out. Last one. In. Stay. Breathe. Front of rib cage tucks back toward back of rib cage. 2 hip bones pull in toward one another in the front. Feel your left tush get active. Make your triceps do some work. Lift as high as you can and pull the thumbs toward one another, but don't hook. 3 more breaths. 2 more. Good, glorious inhale, bring it up. As you exhale, left hand comes to the floor. Walk the right foot halfway down the mat. It's a modified plank. Right arm up. Push this left side rib cage away from the floor by pressing down into your left hand. Sinking into your left hand looks like this. Pressing looks like what I'm doing here. It's the same thing you did in a center plank at the beginning of class and a tabletop. The other part in lifting the hips is pressing down into the outer edge of the left hip, recruiting this oblique. Take a breath. And then turn the chest toward the floor. Pull your chest forward. Feel these 2 spaces on the left side pull toward one another. So upper edge of rib cage and left hip. Inhale, take it back up. Exhale, center plank. Good. Slowly lower chaturanga. Breathe in upward dog. Breathe out downward dog. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Start to roll out your wrists a little bit. Shake out your head. Flutter your lips. Grab water. And then you'll slowly start to walk forward into a plank again. Good. So these are just going to be little hip dips. You can take your knees down. Left hip, right hip, left hip, right hip, or you can do it from the toes. So again, just get lost in the music. Lost in the music, the breath. Keep your focus in the body. What do you need to lift more? Do you need to take a break? What's just feeling not right? Can you stop? Pause. And just start from the ground up again. Does it make more sense? Come down. Sit back. I'm going to do a couple forearm stretches with you before I get you moving any further. I am sweating like a lot. Okay. So I'm actually going to bring you into just a very light hip opener while we do this. So it's just It's called butterfly pose in yin. And then you're gonna take your hands down out in front of you. So I'll move my legs out to the side so you can see. The hands will be out in front of you. And then you'll just start to lean forward. I find I need to bend my elbows and keep my hands pretty close to my body to feel any stretch through my forearms there. And then you'll turn the hands around and pull yourself away as you push the backs of your wrists down. Shake that out. Okay. You're gonna creep forward onto your belly. Start to take the forearms out in front of you. Extend one leg back. Extend the other back. See if you can deal with maybe walking your elbows back in space a little bit. Try to make sure they're not coming behind your shoulders. And then think about a zombie trying to slide forward between those forearms. So really root your forearms down into the floor and then start to scrub them back towards your hips. Find that action of your tailbone lengthening down towards your heels, your low belly pulling in as you start to lift your chest. Breathe. 3, 2. Low belly in, bend is active. Press into the top of your feet. Lift forearm plank. Lower. Lift. Lower. Breathe in. Exhale, squeeze everything into that space behind your belly button. 2 more. Breathe in. You know what I'm going to make you do on the last one, though. Breathe out. Last one. Breathe in. Holds. 5. Push the forearms down. Lift the chest. 4. Pull the belly back toward the spine. 3. Breathe. Doing great. Slide it. 2. All right, bring it down. Bend your knees, push it back into a child's pose. And then just make your way to the top of your mat in any way that feels meaningful for you. And I will meet you there after I sponge myself off. All right, here we are, we're back at the top. Okay, so we're gonna try to start to put some stuff together, all right? Start to lift the right knee up toward the chest. Interlace the hands below that right thigh bone. Make that right sit bone really heavy. Feel all that action that you felt in a plank in your core right now. Start to kick out through the right heel. Maybe you can grab on with the right hand. Maybe the left arm will go up. 1. Good. Pull those seat bones toward one another. Lift in and up on the pelvic floor. Pull the right leg bone and the right upper arm bone back into their respective sockets. Good. And then see if you can do it without it slingshotting away. Can you let go, lift the arms, eagle, fake out. But this time, Ardha Chandrasana. Yee! 1, 2, starting on my left leg. 3, pull that left hip back in space as much as you can. 4. Good, start to bend the left knee. Step back, warrior 2, take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, reverse. Good, and then slowly start to reach forward. Reach that left arm forward, try to pull the left hip back in space. So you're creating a long line here. Right arm up, push your hips forward, pull your ribs back. 3 breaths. 1, 2. Last one. Come back up. Reverse. All right, left hand down, then right. And then from there, you're gonna take that left leg back on top of the right. Or if you want, you can move it into a wild thing. My toes, turn the volume down on my speaker. 3 breaths. 2, All right, and then from there, slowly start to come back down through plank. Lower all the way to your belly. Forearms are gonna come down. Press your chest forward in space. Good, so your instincts first, breathe in. Exhale, bring everything in. Inhale, exhale. Good, again, think cat-cow. And then back. But try not to wing your tailbone up in those cows. Keep it lengthening down toward the heels. Back. Last one. Oh my God, but hold for 5, for 4, for 3, 2, knees down. Slowly start to push your way back. And then again, we're gonna stretch out through the forearms. This time, just from your shins. So first, the entire heel of the hand on the floor, fingers back toward knees with palms face down. And then really press your forearms down as you lift your chest up and away. And as much as you're lifting your chest and pressing your hips back, can you contain that rib cage a little more? And then all of a sudden you go, oh, forearms. Turn the hands. Don't expect to be able to go back as far with this. Don't expect anything. Expectations lead to judgment. When we don't meet them, can lead to other things when we do, some of which are positive, some of which are not. All right. Shake it out. And then you'll come back into downward dog. Look forward between your hands, bend your knees, step or lightly hop your feet forward, top of your mat. Breathe in, lift your chest forward, then as you exhale, fold your forehead in toward your shins. Inhale, lift your arms. Good, and then exhale, bring the hands back down to the heart. So from there, you'll slowly start to lift that left knee up again. You'll interlace your hands below the left thigh bone. Make that left thigh bone really heavy, that left sit bone really heavy. Start to kick out through the left heel. You might be able to reach the left toe. And then maybe you start to lift up. Pulling that left shoulder and left hip back into their respective sockets. Breathing here for another 5. Sorry guys, Alexa just chose to play something else. 4, hold it there. 3, 2. Okay, and then from here, you're starting to lift both arms up, keep the arm out, crow fake out. And then back, Ardha Chandrasana. Hold. 1. I'm gonna get that music away from this speaker for you. 2. Keep going. 3, keep breathing. 4. All right, and then slowly start to bend that right knee. Keep the right hip moving back in space as you slowly start to take that left leg down. Come into warrior 2. Take a deep breath in where you are. Exhale, settle. Breathing here, 3 breaths. Good. 2 breaths. And then slowly starting to reach forward. Take that right arm up, reach the left arm overhead. Push the hips forward in space, pull the ribs back. Breathe for 1, 2. Those were 2 fast counts. So you got 1 more. Good, slowly start to come back up. Reverse, and then take right hand down, left hand down. Cycle through your vinyasa. Make your way back to downward dog, and then look forward, bend the knees. Step, hop, jump, 3 seated, and then lower down onto your back. Okay, so this is a little more integration from the back of the stuff you've been doing standing, okay? So you're gonna start with imprint. Let everything come off the mat, let the low back lift. Now start to imprint down onto the floor. Slightly lift that tailbone. Now this knot, oh, there's just no good spot for it. There we go, we'll have to completely pull it out of the way. All right, and then from there, lift the legs straight up to the sky. Okay, I'm good here. So remember all that stuff that we've gone through here. And then, so this leg is like the leg that's standing out in front of you as your right leg starts to reach toward the floor. But then keep the low spine on the mat. Come back up. Lower left. Back up. Right. Try to resist momentum and keep the work happening from the deep core. So inhale to lower, exhale to lift. Inhale. Exhale. Feeling okay? Curl. Go down. Come up. Keep trying to keep the tailbone lifted. Back up. Still okay, opposite hand. Up. Get lost in it. Pay attention to it. Attention allows intention. But you have to pay attention. It's hard to do. 5 more. 4. 3. Sometimes I'll just have like ab dancey like raves on my own. 2. Pull in. Rock it out a little side to side. And set the feet down onto the floor. Shift the feet over to the right. Shift the hips over to the right. Shift the knees down to the left. Interlace your hands behind your head. Take a deep breath in as you exhale. Curl up. You tuck your chin towards your chest, but try to keep the chin slightly elevated away from the chest so you can curl the neck slightly. Slowly start to pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Breathe. 10, 9, 8, 7, 5. Oh, that's 5. 4. I forgot how to count. 3, 2. Pause. Reach the hands forward. Turn the palms down. Reach the chin up. Pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now pause. Come down. Take the arms out into a cactus if that's comfortable. If it's not, take the arms down by the sides. Ooh, I actually have a better idea for a seated twist. So never mind. Slowly start to take the hips back into the middle of the mat. Actually move your hips over to the left. Take the feet over to the left. Take the knees down to the right. We'll just get the other side of the obliques done so that I don't forget about it. I have been known to do that. Interlace your hands behind your head. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, slowly start to lift. Now, I've actually found that a little bit of curl in my chin does help me to target different muscles. So, as long as you're not wrenching just your chin up, like doing this, this is not a curl. This is a curl. The shoulders have to come up off the floor. And then you just you pulse the shoulders up a little higher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Make sure you breathe. 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now hold up, reach forward, turn the hands down, really crunch up. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, breathe out. 2, 3, 4, breathe in. 2, 3, 4, breathe out. 2, 3, 4, in. 2, 3, 4, out. 2, 3, 4, last one. Breathe out. Come down. All right, knees up. Knees and hips to center. Pull knees to chest. Slowly start to rock up and down your mat 2 or 3 times. Rock up. Now I want you to move into more of an abdominal V-sit. So try to move out of your hip flexors where you can. For most of it, for me anyway, I find that means I need to rock back toward the tailbone a little bit more, just a little bit. And then you're gonna pulse here. So you push back up, just little. 2, 3, 4. Keep going. You can stop when you're ready, roll over the feet. Okay? You just gotta roll over top of your feet when you're done. Once it starts moving into the hip flexors, it's a good sign you're done. Oh, all right. Roll through. Lift the chest. Up and back, downward dog. Good, so breathe there. 3 breaths. I forgot something. 2 breaths. Set that left foot forward in space. No, right foot forward in space. You need to get a side plank on the left side or a full wild thing. 3 more breaths where you are. 2. This will actually transition really nicely into where I'm going. So take your right hand down. And then from there, turn to the inner edge of your left heel. Take your left arm up. And then you can stay here. Or hiya, 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 hiya. 4, 5. Pigeon. Enjoy it. 5 breaths. 4. 3. 2. All right, so come up onto your forearms. Tuck your left toes under. Take your right foot back to meet it. Keep both forearms on the floor. Try not to pike the bum up like I had there. Keep the bum tucked. Take both heels to the left, both forearms stay down. You can stay here or pulse that left hip up higher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Pause. Maybe lift the right foot. 3 breaths. 2 breaths. Take the feet down. Come onto the belly. Okay. Here's where you're gonna get that twist I was talking about. Take that left arm out to the side. You're gonna roll over onto the left side. And then from there, you'll just start to draw your knees towards your chest. So you'll just sort of hold right here. You could also, if you're not feeling a sufficient stretch for your left shoulder here, you might want to turn toward the belly, take more of a cactus arm. We'll see how you feel about that. Another 4, 3, 2. Awesome. So start to straighten out one leg and then the other. Roll back onto the belly. Come back to downward dog in any way you choose. And then that left leg will go up and back. And before we come into pigeon, you're going to take the left knee over to the right, turn to the inner edge of the right foot, take the right arm up and just, hiya. 2, 3, 4, stay. And then you're down into a pigeon. Left side. Stretch it out. For 5. So start allowing all that fire you built through the solar plexus, all that energy you stimulated with that energetic breath, allow that to start to integrate into your heart space. Create more space in your heart for that. Pull it forward. And then on the forearms, keep pulling the heart forward. Allow it all to integrate. Look forward to your thumbs. Both heels to the right. Push the heels back in space. Lift the right hip. Press the left forearm down. An even pulse if you want. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Maybe pause, maybe lift. Try not to stick your bum back if you're lifting. Keep your bum tucked. It's cheating. It looks cool, but it's cheating. Slowly come down onto the belly. Right arm out to the side. Roll. Roll. And tuck it in. And just be a little baby. Feel good. 1, 2, 3, 4. So slowly just start to come back onto your belly. One final vinyasa if you'd like. And then look forward between your thumbs, bend your knees, step, hop, or jump to a seat. Take your feet out in front of you. Okay. What can I say about this pose? It's reverse plank. It's awful. Take the fingertips in toward the bum. Draw the shoulder blades together behind you. But then again, it's one of those things like puppy pose. Can you contain the rib cage back? And then from there, start to push the bum up. Push the weight forward into the heels. Don't move the hands or the feet. Put the feet onto the floor. And then lift. For 3. Keep lifting the back side of your body away from the floor. 2, press down in the hands of the feet. Slowly come down. Roll onto your back. Pull your knees to your chest. Notice all of the energy swirling through your throat space, your heart space, your solar plexus, right between the rib cage. Slowly settle into a Shavasana space. Let out a couple of really deep breaths. Focus on the sounds of your breath and just the energy of that breath swirling around in the heart space. Notice if you feel like you've got a little more energy. If you feel warmer. If you feel a little more clear in your thoughts or your emotions. Are you finding it easier to voice to yourself what you want, who you are, why you're here? And if any shadowy, negative thought patterns make their way into that, can you allow that energy swirling around in the heart center, the heart space, to create compassion for yourself? Releasing all judgments. Being as we are, but understanding clearly who we are, what we are, why we are, and then using that inner fire to move toward it. Remaining at peace in the victories and obstacles along the way. Invite some deeper breath back into your body. Start to wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. Rock your head really gently from shoulder to shoulder. Start to rotate your wrists, your ankles. And then you'll glue your legs together, or maybe point your toes. Send your fingers as far away from your toes as they'll reach. Take a nice deep breath in. And let it out. Pause for a moment. Being with who you are at this moment. Slowly just start to come up to a seat. We'll take our hands together in front of the heart. And then we'll start to rub the hands together really fast. And then once you get some heat, some warmth there, I'm just going to have you place the hands on top of the heart. Bow your forehead lightly towards your fingertips. Just giving yourself a moment of silent gratitude for stepping onto your mat, for, creating energies and moving and breathing. Sending silent gratitude to the practice for what it is, what it might mean to you, especially in trying times. And a final moment of gratitude for me, for being here. I hope you guys have a fine rest of your evening. Namaste. Thanks, guys. Hope that lit up that inner core fire for ya. This will be posted for 24 hours if you want to do it again. Playlists are up on their respective forums, on mine as well as Georgia's. And if you have it within your means to send any form of donations, I am humbly accepting those over on my website. The link is in my bio. And email money transfers, amorley9@gmail.com. Thank you guys so much, though, most importantly, for your presence, for continuing to show up, for lighting fire, spreading the fire. Love ya.